Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're like me, you probably have tried every diet under the sun. For years, I struggled with my weight. I had a laundry list of health issues that I just could not get rid of, and I felt lost and frustrated and like there was no hope for the longest time. But about 3 years ago, I discovered the carnivore diet. It completely changed my life. I lost all the weight, I fixed all the medical conditions, and now I finally feel like my old self, even better than my old self. But I didn't do it alone. In today's video, I would like to talk about the carnivore influencers who were my guides on this journey. These are the people who provided the inspiration, the information, and the community that helped me change my life. From doctors who actually made the science easy to understand and told me the truth, to people who share amazing carnivore recipes. These are the people who made it possible for me to succeed. So if you're curious about the carnivore diet, or you're just starting out, stick around because these are the people that you need to know about. So let's get into it. I would like to say, just for the record, that my list is not ranked. I'm not ranking people. I'm not giving them numbers, and I'm not, the first one I do is not any better or any worse than the last one. Okay, let's start with carnivore influencer number 1 on my list, Anthony Chaffy. As you can see, this is an image of him, and he is 42 years old. My God. That's all I'm going to say. The very first carnivore influencer I want to introduce you to today is Dr. Anthony Chaffy. His YouTube channel is the Plant-Free MD, as you see here. And the reason I'm actually going over him first is because he was the first person I encountered, I believe, when I went searching for some relief from the injury I was suffering from back in November of 2022. I had a lot of medical conditions, but I had this weird hip pain that came out of nowhere and was making me miserable. And I was at the end of my rope, and I went searching for answers. It was right after Thanksgiving in 2022. And I believe he was the first YouTube channel that I found. And he gave me a lot of really insightful epiphanies, because the whole, not eating plants had not ever occurred to me. It had never even crossed my mind, even though I know there are toxins in plants. But he is, if you want to know about what plants can do to the human body, he's the guy to actually go talk to. So let's look at his, on his channel, let's look at his bio here. Dr. Anthony Chaffy is an American medical doctor and neurosurgical registrar in Australia who, over a span of 20 plus years, has researched the optimal nutrition for human performance and health. It is his assertion that most of the so-called chronic disease we treat are caused by the food we eat or don't eat, and can be improved, and in some cases even reversed, with dietary changes to a species-specific diet. He began university at the age of 16, studying molecular and cellular biology with a minor in chemistry, which culminated in a MD from the Royal College of Surgeons. He is an All-American rugby player, former professional player in England and in America, and he has also trained in MMA fighting at AMC Kickboxing in Kirkland, Washington. More recently, he volunteered as a doctor in the refugee camps in Bangladesh, helping the survivors of the 2017 genocide in Burma of the can't say it, so I'm not going to try to, people. So that's very interesting. He's extremely knowledgeable, very smart, and he kind of coined the phrase, even though he admits he doesn't come up with it, he coined the phrase, plants are trying to kill you. Check him out, and, learn some stuff that you didn't know about a lot of plants, and it'll probably blow your mind. Carnivore influencer number 2 on my list is gotta be Kenberry MD. Now, when I said I believe Chaffy was the first person I saw, it had to be a close race between him and Kenberry, because Kenberry would definitely have been the second, if not the first. I can't remember exactly. But He is a physician as well, and he has written books like Lies Your Doctor Told You is one of the books that he's written. He's also written a book of labs with another, I think he collaborated on that, where he kind of gives you advice on what lab test to get, and you can go get your own. So he's definitely not a part of the medical orthodoxy. He actually got fat and got sick and was out of shape, and he realized that he was giving his patients a bunch of advice, and maybe he should take the advice he was giving them, and he did, and he got fatter and sicker and realized that he had been doing a disservice to all of his patients. And so this is, in his words, he kind of says this is his way of making up for all of that. So he's a real person. When you look at certain people and you hear them talk, it's like you can kind of tell when there's zero bullshit about somebody. He reminds me of the Senator John Kennedy from Louisiana.
As I've said about her before, I think she's the reason there are directions on a shampoo bottle.
Very witty, very funny guy. So he's always entertaining, and he does not shovel any of the usual bullshit that most of the physicians do. Check him out. He's an expert on metabolic health. He's working with a lot of organizations to try to make things better with respect to the medical community, because if you're like me, you can't go see a doctor because, I really just don't enjoy paying a couple $100 to have someone lecture me about why I'm not on a statin and how I should be making myself fatter and sicker. I just don't feel like paying the money for that. And honestly, I can't imagine there being any physicians who would do anything else. I've never met one. I've never met one that did not toe the party line, or toe the mainstream narrative. So he has a group that you can join, like a members group or whatever, and you can ask them questions directly, which has got to be extremely helpful because he is an actual practicing physician. He also is the person who came up with the beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, the BBB and E diet. So, and that's actually transformed a lot of people. It's a diet that so many people were able to do when they couldn't do so many other diets. They were able to do that, and it has allowed people to lose a lot of weight, get rid of a lot of inflammation and medical conditions. So go check him out. Carnivore influencer number 3, but always number 1 with me is Dave Mack from No Carb Life. Dave has a very interesting channel. He actually interviews people who have done the carnivore diet and have a story to tell, just anybody, just regular people. I believe it was about a year ago, I actually went on his channel and told my story. And that's how I started doing this, really, is I had to have some way to talk about this, because when you go carnivore and you start to heal yourself and you lose a bunch of weight, you won't shut up. You start running your mouth constantly, and everybody hates you and they run from you, and like they don't want to hear you talk anymore, especially people who don't believe in it and they think that you're killing yourself with cholesterol. So it was very, very liberating to actually go on his show and talk about my experience and how amazing all the results, were to me. So, Dave, you have a very special place in my heart, because you actually helped me, expand with trying to get my message out there. Because as a carnivore, you just want to be able to share all of this, because you're just sitting here and you're like, I thought I was going in the wrong direction. Like I was just headed towards the end of the road. It was just, I'm old, I'm sick, I got to crawl in the corner and die. And when you find out that all you have to do is change the way you eat to reverse all these horrible things that are wrong with you, and your body's falling apart, and you can actually get your life back and be active and energetic and just do things you've never done before, that's extremely liberating, and you want to share it with other people. So he gives people that chance. You can see on here that when you look at his video list, like he just has tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of interviews where, I mean, the most interesting stories that you've ever heard. So Definitely go by his YouTube channel and check him out, because it's just amazing to hear all of the miraculous stories. You know, there's so many people that like to make fun of carnivore and act like we're crazy. But I mean, do you really think all these people made up lies to tell? And you can tell when you watch someone. You don't have to be a body language like analyst or whatever to be able to watch someone and see that they're telling you the truth. These people are telling the truth, because I mean, they'll start to like break down and cry because they were at the end of their rope. They didn't think there was any hope or there was any way for anything good to happen in their life. And then all of a sudden they find this new diet and everything turns around for them. It's very, very inspiring. So, again, a special shout out to Dave. Thank you so much for allowing all of us who have experienced this diet to come and share our experiences with other people. Because sometimes it's hard when you really want to talk to people and you kind of see them running the other way. It's a little bit disheartening. So thanks so much, Dave. And you guys go check him out. Listen to some of these stories. It's amazing. Carnivore influencer number 4 is Carry Man from Homestead How. He's also doing a documentary right now about the carnivore diet and all the healing that has come from it. He does amazing work. An honorable mention I'll put here is a carnivore named Bill Knott, which I'm going to go off the beaten path here. I'm going to look him up really quick. Bill Knott.
To save my life when I was on the precipice of death, because I was on the precipice. I am on the precipice of death. And that was just over 4 years ago. I haven't, the only fresh air that I've had is opening the window and looking out the window. In 4 years, I just can't, it feels like 40 years, to be honest.
That's Bill talking. Bill Knott, I believe, reached out to Carry Man on Homestead How. He was desperate. I believe he was around 750 pounds, if I'm not mistaken. And Carrie reached back out to him and helped him. And he has lost, I think he's lost about 300, let's see, it says, follow me on carnivore journey from 700 to 200 pounds is what his goal weight is. And I believe he's lost about 400 pounds, but it's been amazing. And Carrie is the person who actually got in touch with him and helped him. And he's in the documentary that Carrie's making. So honorable mention related to Homestead How is Bill Knott. Definitely go to his channel and check him out, because he's got some really he's got a really inspiring story. So that just kind of gives you an example of how effective like Carrie from Homestead How has been. He also does interviews. I was on his channel around the time a little bit after I did Dave Max, so telling my story. And a lot of people go on his channel and tell their story. He works with a lot of other medical professionals. Definitely check him out, because Carrie is an inspiration. And he's changed quite a bit. You can actually go here to see, I think, a before and after picture. Because you're talking about, we're joking about, and, I'm serious. Like, people don't take me seriously, please. Don't ever take me seriously. But, like, if you, like here, you can see on this video where he's all inflamed and he was quite overweight. And dude's he's rocking it now. I mean, he's, look at that. He's some hot stuff, And so, major transformations. Like, he actually has lived the experience. He was taken, I remember, I think he had it as a prop when I was on his channel, and he showed me this huge basket full of pills that he was taking. I mean, it was an enormous basket full of pills. He had, I think, an enlarged heart, and now it's like normal size or something, which is amazing. I mean, he's got some crazy stories. So go check him out. Check the rest of his family out. Check Bill Knott out. So this is kind of a conglomeration of people that are in the orbit around Carry Man. So definitely check him out. Throw him something for his documentary, because, I mean, the more we get the information out there, the more people that we can help. I got to be fair and include some of the, or at least one of the amazing ladies who has influenced me. So carnivore influencer number 5 would be Bella, the steak and butter gal. She's classically trained in music from Juilliard, and she has been doing carnivore for quite a while, and she comes up with the most amazing recipes. She does a lot of, how-to videos and advice on carnivore and stuff like that, but her channel is really great. It's a very well-rounded channel. There's a lot of good stuff on here. Like, she does these types of videos, and obviously everybody that's a carnivore influencer has to have a poop video, so she's got one of those. She's known as the steak and butter gal, so she eats a lot of steak and eats a lot of butter. But she also has some really great carnivore recipes. I've actually tried a couple of her recipes, and they're wonderful. So she comes up with some really innovative things. Like I said, I wanted to kind of make this a short video and just kind of hit top 5 or 6. There's more. There's Kelly Hogan. She's great. She's wonderful to watch, and she's had quite a story. She's had a big transformation, has done really well on her channel. Actually, she's got, I think she does instructional classes and things like that on the side. She has groups where she helps people independently, like coaches and things like that. So she really had some significant weight loss. So those are just, some of the people that I just wanted to give a shout out to, because, these people were instrumental in me changing my life and basically saving my life. Each one of them in their own way has contributed to my success with this diet and all of the improvements and everything. So I just wanted to kind of share the love out there. So go check them out, and you can get a lot of really good advice from these people, and they've had a lot of experience, and they're coming from different walks of life. You've got physicians, you've got musicians, filmmakers. There's just a lot of diversity in this group of people. So, and there's more. Maybe I'll do a part 2 to kind of cover the other people that I'm missing in this video. But I hope this information was helpful for you guys. And if you would like to, please subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a like. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.